Welcome to the second episode of the Pikuniku speedrunning tutorial series. In this video, I'm going to explain how to do both village skip and lav laser skip to save about 6 minutes in the any percent speedrun. And without much more intro, let's just get on with it. Just one thing I want to clarify, I'm playing on 16:9 so that the video looks a bit nicer, not because it's faster. It's actually faster to play on a resolution that's closer to this. You'll see it stretched, but it's a square. You see it stretched because of OBS, but it's actually a square. So now we're here. We're starting off with the village skip. There are two ways of doing village skip. I'm going to start with the easier one. Easier village skip, which involves this blue villager right here. All we're going to do is aggro him. In order to aggro him, you see how those texts are popping up? Those are popping up every 3 kicks. And so you're gonna want to kick him 8 times. There's 7, there's 8. And now he is 1 kick away from being extremely mad at us. But we're gonna abuse that. We're gonna stand on his head. And when you stand on his head, you see that he's leaning a bit towards the left. Well, you want to try to use that so that when you kick him again, he's gonna be straight. He's gonna like be lined up straight towards the sky, and that's what you want. So when you kick him, you can see he is pretty much straight up looking at the sky. So what you're going to do is release Z and let him kick you. But you're not gonna fly off just yet. You're gonna fly off when he respawns, and when he respawns, what's gonna happen is you're gonna be sent flying off. But what you're going to do there is wait until you're off screen and then hold right for about 5 seconds, 5-6 seconds. Like you wait until you're off screen because you're gonna be flown off screen, and you hold like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you release until you're back on screen. And when you're back on screen, you start holding again. And you'll see that, as you can see right there already, I'm centered on the screen. Like Piku is in the middle of the screen. So when I start falling and start holding right, there's going to be a point when I'm no longer centered on the screen. And that means when you reach that point, that means that you're already past the gap. And when you're already past the gap, you're going to see you're done with the village skip. Oh shoot! That's like an extreme case of village skip, where now I'm on the other side of the trigger, and that's like the lowest version you can get, where you get kicked off the cloud, and you're on this side now, and you can just walk left and make it to the other side like so. But this is not what we want. So now what I'm gonna do is reload a save, so I can return to being on the other side. And I'm gonna go back up there. I'm gonna see if I can show you what I was talking about. Because that's an extreme case. That's not a thing that's always going to happen. But if you get it, it's extremely lucky and it saves a bit more time than usual. It's very easy if you're having like standing on the edge of this. And so you're having standing on the edge of the entire plane here. So you lean him towards the left, you crouch, you kick. Now you wait, you wait, you wait. And now we're off screen. So you hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You stop holding. You wait until you're back on screen. Which I should be back on screen soon. Unless I'm not back on screen soon. Okay, and now you start holding right as hard as you can. And then you see, I started going a bit off center, and that means I already crossed the gap. I got lucky enough that I landed directly on the trigger, but that's not always going to happen. If you see that you keep going to the right, and the screen's almost gonna finish, like you're gonna fall off screen, just start going left, because if you fall off screen, there's no more floor and you actually just die, so you just don't want to do that. So that is the easier version of Village Skip. And now I'm gonna reload the save and show the other method with the cable car, which is the one most people will probably be familiar with from seeing it in most world record speedruns, because it's the faster method. So you come up to this villager right here and you do the same thing. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you have him already at 8 kicks. What you want to do is, you see how you push against him and he flies off. So what you want to do is try to get him on the apex and do that. You get him on the apex and then you try to like sneak under him in such a way that he either gets you once. Oh well, this is the backup. You are already up here, so you try to put him a bit over. You try to like raise his height. That's like the backup that I didn't want to show yet, but it already happened. So what I was trying to show there was, I'm gonna set it up. Or I'm gonna try to set it up. Because the thing is that, like that. So you see I sneaked under like here. I sneaked under and then I went back. That's so he could get me with his kick and I could like be pushed across the gap. And now I'm gonna reload to show the backup, because if you retry too many times, the villager just gets pushed further and further into the cable car, and that makes it harder and harder to get. So you want to try not to do that. So now I'm going to show the backup, if you can't get that. You can go up and try to stay on here. So now you're up here. And you try to push him a bit. You try to like move the villager to where they're to like the higher part of the cable car. So like you try to move him from here, which is where he normally lands. You try to move him to here, so he's a bit higher up. So when he kicks you, you'll have enough height to make it across the gap. That just doesn't work. Imagine though, that'd be cool. So that is the backup. I'm gonna show it again, but fast. Ah, that's one of the ways you can fail that backup though. If you go too early and he's not kicking, that's one of the ways you can fail that. But you have to like be sure that he's kicking when you go up against him. Another thing is that when he gets pushed into this space between the cable car and him, if you try to push him, he gets easier and easier to fling up. And so each retry, the timing is a little bit different. Ah, let's see how I got screwed right there. I'm gonna reload the save and show it again, because that was pretty unfortunate. So I'm just going to reload the save. That's also another luck factor in Village, getting that villager boost. That could save a huge chunk of time if you get lucky with it. And just like that, you're through. And just keep holding right, and you go. There you go. So you're here now. And you can keep going with the game as intended. Then, when you need to come back here in after Swamp 2, everything will be like it would be normally in normal playthroughs, so there's no problem with soft logs or anything. But yeah, that is pretty much all Village Skip. So now we can move on to Sunshine Lab. So after you're down here, you just go to the left, and you make it here, you make it here, you turn on this. And another cool thing that you may not know about vents is you can use them from really far, so you can just press C from here and get in. And you kill this guy, and you get here. And this is the holy grail. So this laser is the one that's the most important. So you turn it on and leave it on. And you go up and around and you're back here. Another thing you want to make sure is that you're completely like stood up like this. If you're crouching when you turn it on, you're gonna die. So you want to try to avoid that. You want to try to avoid turning it on too soon so you don't die. Another thing there is if you turn this laser repeatedly on and off, you can lure that robot. That's a cute little strat. So what you want to do here is wait a little bit and turn it on. You have to wait about half a second to turn it on. Like that. If you jump like that, you're gonna die. Yeah. You don't want to do that. Because if you ever have your head at the height of the laser, you just die. So you want to try to not have your head at the height of the laser at any time. So now the laser is right there. You can see my head isn't touching it. So you want to go into this vent. When you're in this vent, you can see I'm still alive. I can clip through walls and things. Pretty cool. So the easiest way to do this, and it's the way the uninitiated do it, is you go up here, and when you're here, like on the ceiling, you just drop down. When you drop down, you can land on this elevator if you release the roll button. You have to be rolling to clip through the walls, but you can like stop it at any time. You can stop it at any time if you release the button. So you can like clip through it. You can clip through anything going up when you're not rolling, but when you're rolling, you just clip back. So when you're here, you stand on the edge here and you hold X and left, and then you land directly here. And this is the end elevator. So from there you can make it to the final boss. Or you can come here and trigger this cutscene, which I don't know why you want to do that. Oh, actually, you can't. Wait, you can't? I actually didn't know this. I didn't know you couldn't trigger it. That's fun. So you're here now. And from here, you can just press C and go into the final boss. So I'm gonna try to explain this again, but fast. Did I change the save? I did. I didn't really need to change the save, but it's fun. So you come here, come here, come here. Here, you lure this robot. Right there. You turn this laser on. You come down here. You wait. You go. You make it to the top. You drop down. You land here. You can land anywhere on that floor and you'll still make it. As long as it's not too far left, you can still make it. Also, this is fun. And there you go. You're here again. Now, there is another jump spot you can use to make it to the same place, which is faster. But you have to know what you're doing to make that jump. So I got pretty lucky there. I wasn't expecting to get so lucky, that's why I didn't go straight away. So you come back, you get in the vent, And this is the one I use, at least. So you spawn here. Oh, I forget that. Yeah, that's another thing. If you go back into the original room, the game realizes you're dead and it respawns you. So you don't want to go back into the room, into this room. So you do is you spawn here, and you go up to this spot right there. And from here, you jump, and you jump down here. And from here, you land here. And then from here, you can drop down, make it. That's a bit faster, but if you do it fast, it's pretty risky to go for. Now let me see if I can show that all in one fell swoop and see, so you can see what it looks like. This is what it should look like when you're going for it in a run. Oh, yeah, that's a risk you take when you're trying to do it fast. Let's reload. Because if you do it from the respawn, it's not realistic. So you come here, make it. You do this. Just like that. Make it here. You do this. You jump down. You do that. You go back here. And there you go. So that is laser skip, pretty much. At least for me, laser skip is way easier than village skip. If you want to try runs starting off with just laser skip, you aren't losing out on that much time save. I mean, my best run without village skip is like a 37. So if you were to try a run without it, you should still be able to get a somewhat decent run. At least I think so. So yeah, that's episode 2 of the Pikuniku speedrunning tutorial series. Episode 3 is hopefully coming out soon. I'm going to cover everything water hat related, so I can be done with that, because that is one of the things a lot of people ask me about and a lot of people don't know about, so I hope I can put that out soon. So yeah, I have not much else to say. See y'all in the next one. Bye bye.